Hi, everybody. This is Todd Creager, and I'm wanting to welcome you to my yearly anniversary video every year around August 12th, which is my wedding anniversary date. I do a little bit more of a personal touch video. Not that I don't share from time to time things about me and my relationship with my wife, Cherie, but this one is particularly focused on that. And uh, Whereas last year I created a song on my accordion that I think many of you didn't see, which might be a good thing. This year I'm hoping a lot of you see this because I think it's very, very timely and very important. And that is, how has meditation impacted our marriage? And I want to tell you that both of us meditate daily, almost daily. We're not quite perfect, but we're pretty darn close. And there are amazing benefits for both of us as individuals and as a couple. And I really want to focus on the couple's benefits since it is my anniversary video. 38 years, 2022, August 12th. So we've had a tendency at our worst to escalate quickly, to react very quickly. I would think that would be our biggest challenge. We're both extroverts. Some couples, when they fight, they don't speak for days. That's not us. So for us, it's really important to be less reactive, calmer, have a lower baseline, because escalations kind of it can ruin things. It could ruin a day, it could ruin a weekend, it can ruin a trip, it could ruin a happy occasion. And so the first thing I think about in terms of meditation is how much easier it is for me to not take things personally. Now, in all this, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but what a change. The capacity for myself, I'll talk about my wife in a minute, but the capacity for myself to not insist that I need to be right, to have my partner's feelings be validated. Even if I disagree with some of the premises behind it, or maybe her perspective is different than mine, it's not so urgent to change it. There's a certain core level of calm that I go to, that I can access because I've been meditating. I do believe that's a major reason why. And so I'm capable of taking a moment and making a more rational, peaceful, maybe even empathic response to her. On her end, I've noticed she's so much slower to respond quickly. She's so much quicker to take responsibility when she sees her own stuff, right? That's one of the things that meditation can do. It helps us get past our own ego. Our ego leads us to say, I'm right, you're wrong. And I see things through my eyes in my orbit. And meditation really is one of the main things about meditation is you see how you identify with your self, the self that you think you are, the self that needs to be good enough. And it's oftentimes this ego is this part of us that is trying to survive. And if you criticize me, I've got to fight to survive or flight to survive. But with meditation, it helps you go beyond the ego. So I'm actually able to be less quick to promote myself and to protect myself and to see her stuff, to see how she's connected to me in many ways. We're connected through our humanity. We're connected through our pain. We're connected through our desire to love ourselves and each other. There's something that goes beyond ego that I think meditation really helps us and definitely helps us not escalate. So that's really the first thing that comes to mind when I'm thinking about the benefits of meditation for our relationship. I mean, a few other things is I know on her end she's in a situation where she has to manage a few dependent people in her family. It's quite a big job, and I've seen how she's been both before. I mean, she was meditating, but we started meditating on a much more consistent basis. I've seen how she's more like Teflon. Things don't bother her quite as much. She's much more capable of taking care of herself, self-care, and set boundaries, and not get so stuck in a role that she was in that was literally really stressing her out and burning her out. So I've seen that. And of course, when that happens, what does that mean for me? It means she has more energy for me. She has more energy to be playful with me, to be intimate with me, to enjoy me. So I've noticed that about her. And of course, that affects me in a positive ways too. So one affects the other. I think for me personally, meditation has helped me tap into this creative intelligence that just seems to be there. And I think I find myself being more loving, more interesting, more creative romantically, even in gift giving, even though that's not a big emphasis in our relationship, but it definitely, I've seen that, and it is very a nice touch. And I think overall for both of us, it also gives us sort of a faith that no matter how crazy things could be in the world, and things have been crazy in the world, that there's a place we could go to that doesn't zap our love and zap our spirit and zap our strength. So I highly recommend it. It's really helped our marriage in so many ways. It really preserves our energy. We waste less on fighting, and we have more energy for love and more energy for play and connection. So I just wanted to say that um, on our anniversary week. I wish you well, and I hope you can take me up on that. I think it's a wonderful thing. Of course, I have to mention this. My meditation for couples program is really in line with my passion. That's why I had to talk about this. Not so much because I have this meditation for couples program that I really want you to do. So I guess I am plugging it. But my real intention had nothing to do with that. It was just to share my enthusiasm and my joy for the practice of meditation and how much it has helped us as a couple. So thanks for listening, and I wish you well. This is Todd Creager, making the world safe for love.